dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee. A happy Thursday to you, Mountain family. It's August 7th and it is 6:30 this morning. Also time for a check of our weather with meteorologist Megan Dusmal. And Megan, it's hot out, but not as hot as it was.
That is true. We're not dealing with those 90s as we saw last week, but we are still in those 80s. And this morning, our main story will be not only that the temperatures are about where you'd expect at this time of year, but we are battling with some fog, especially in the more central portion of our region and our southwestern counties. So just make sure you're driving carefully if you are encountering any of those patches of low visibility. Now, as we go into the next couple hours, we'll continue on this drier trend, but we will see some chances for rain popping into the forecast as we're heading into the afternoon and evening hours. And of course, in terms of those temperatures, we're sitting mainly in the 60s where we'd expect to be for this time of year. And as we head into the afternoon, we're slightly warmer for some folks more towards the west and slightly cooler for the folks more towards the east, looking in a range of those 80s. Amelia.
A man has died while being in a sheriff's office's custody. The Buchanan County Sheriff's Office posted a press release that a man had died in their custody on August 6th. The Virginia State Police is investigating the death. 2 deputies have been placed on administrative leave during this investigation. No other details have been released. A 10-year-old boy has been missing now for several hours in Pike County. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino spoke to state police about the ongoing search.
Kentucky State Police are searching for a missing 10-year-old boy in the Jackson community of Pike County. Troopers say they received a call to Panbowl Branch around 9:30 on Wednesday morning. The boy, Jaden Spicer, is believed to have left his home in the late night or early morning hours. Kentucky State Police and Hazard, along with local search and rescue teams, responded to the scene and have initiated a search of the surrounding area. Troopers say Jaden was last seen on Tuesday around 9 p.m. wearing Sonic the Hedgehog pajama pants and a matching shirt.
Well, he's a 10-year-old and he's out wandering what we believe to be by himself. So at this time, it's crucial that we try to locate him as quickly as possible.
Troopers say if you have any information on Jaden's whereabouts to call 911 immediately. In Perry County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Trooper Gayhart says they've been searching on foot with canines as well as using helicopters to search for Jaden. An Knox County woman is facing several new charges after deputies say they found drugs during her arrest. 55-year-old Shawnee Williams was taken into custody on a bench warrant for a drug court violation. While arresting her, deputies say they found suspected meth, marijuana, syringes, and other drug paraphernalia. Williams is now facing trafficking, tampering, and several other charges. Well, we are working to learn more about a Rowan County man facing sex crime charges. Police say one of the charges involves a patient he was helping to transport while he was a paramedic. Shane Peterman is charged with sodomy in a Fayette County case and rape in a Rowan County case. Alyssa Williams sat down with Peterman's ex-wife and a warning. Some details in the story may be difficult to hear.
You should be able to trust your paramedics, your firefighters, your police officers.
It's a situation that shocked communities. Court documents show Shane Peterman was charged with second-degree rape in Rowan County this past February. Those documents say the situation happened while he was in a position of authority and the other person was not able to consent.
As soon as I heard and found out about it, I was curious as to why nobody was talking about it.
Kristen Sparks is Peterman's ex-wife. She says they were briefly married in 2021 and that she had her own issues with him.
One thing when we did get married, one of the first things he said to me was, well, now you can't testify against me in court. And so that really alarmed me. And I've been thinking about it, like what was he doing then?
Rowan County EMS wouldn't confirm if Peterman worked for them at the time of the alleged incident, but in a video recording from 3 months prior, during last November's fiscal court meeting, Peterman was confirmed as a part-time employee.
It's hereby ordered fiscal court employee Shane Michael Peterman as a part-time paramedic at the Rowan County Ambulance Service pending pre-employment screening and per admin code.
While Peterman was in the Rowan County Detention Center for that case, he was charged with sodomy for a case out of Fayette County. Police say Peterman allegedly assaulted a patient he was helping transport from Ohio to UK Hospital in May of last year. His arrest citation says his DNA was found on the patient, but the results weren't in until June of this year.
Everybody that has ever been affected by him needs justice, not just the two that has been reported, and I thank God that they did report it and that it is coming to light now.
I reached out to Rowan County EMS for comment on this situation. They said they could not speak to an ongoing investigation. Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
We also spoke with Peterman's attorney on the phone. He says they look forward to Peterman's day in court. We also reached out to Patriot Emergency Services but have not yet heard back. A Pike County mother appeared in court yesterday charged with complicity to the crimes her husband is accused of committing on her underage daughters. Danielle Keynes is charged with 4 counts of rape, 4 counts of sodomy, and 4 counts of sexual assault. Charges attorneys say she shares in complicity of her husband, John Yelton, who was arrested in April when police say he admitted to sexually abusing his 3 stepdaughters. The mother was arrested in May, taken to the Pike County Detention Center, where she and Yelton are each held on a $500,000 full cash bond. But she appeared in court requesting a bond reduction, which the judge denied.
She had a legal obligation to prevent that action, which was the abuse of her daughters. This was not a one-time occurrence. This has happened over a period of years. And we have every reason to believe that she knew it was going on.
Keynes is expected to go into mediation with the Commonwealth and the survivors to see how to best move forward with sentence suggestions. One of the men convicted in the Crystal Rogers case was sentenced yesterday. A judge sentenced Stephen Lawson to 17 years behind bars. That's what the jury recommended. Lawson was found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder and evidence tampering earlier this year. He won't be eligible for parole. Brooks Houck and Joseph Lawson will be sentenced later this month. Former Louisville police officer Brett Hankinson is appealing his sentence. Hankinson was found guilty of violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights during a 2020 raid on her home. He was convicted last November. Last month, he was sentenced to 33 months behind bars. Hankinson's attorney filed the appeal Tuesday. They want both the conviction and sentence overturned. A man charged in connection to one of Bell County's most horrific child abuse cases was back in court. WYMT's Caroline Mueller shows us where things stand in the case against Harvey Galahan.
Harvey Galahan was in Bell Circuit Court via Zoom Wednesday for his first pretrial conference. He is charged with murder and multiple counts of criminal abuse in the death of 17-month-old Elena Hembry, and faces additional charges for being a felon in possession of a handgun.
We're going to set both cases for a pretrial conference November 3rd at 9, just to keep everything moving.
Judge Keith Nagel agreed to delay the trial as attorneys work toward a possible plea deal, one that could resolve all of Galahan's pending charges in a single agreement. Commonwealth's attorney Michael Taylor says Galahan's testimony helped convict his co-defendant and the child's mother, Erica Lawson.
Had it not been for that, we wouldn't have been able to get the conviction that we got.
Lawson was already sentenced to 20 years in prison after pleading guilty to murder earlier this year.
The baby in this case was shaken pretty severely on at least 3 occasions. Those all occurred in Mr. Galahan's presence and in his home.
Prosecutors say they do not expect any more arrests and believe the case will end with Lawson and Galahan.
It's what we can prove. So from that standpoint, as good as we could get, we've got justice.
In Bell County, Caroline Mueller, WYMT Mountain News.
The next pretrial conference is set for November 3rd at 9 o'clock. The city of Lexington continues to celebrate its 250th anniversary. This month, the city is celebrating local businesses. Mayor Linda Gorton called businesses the foundation of the city. Some of this month's events are a small business luncheon and small business night at a Legends game. 250 Lex Ambassador Alan Stein says it's important to highlight the different industries that make Lexington unique.
The history of Lexington is formed around the connective tissue of businesses here and economy growing in central Kentucky.
The oldest business on record in Lexington is Millward Funeral Directors. They've been around for 200 years. A new addition was added to hiking trails in Cable County, West Virginia. As part of an Eagle Scout project, a student is helping to make the trails at Barbersville Park safer and easier to use. Seeing how much a culvert crossing was needed, Dylan Lunsford decided to make it his Eagle Scout project. The culvert crossing acts as a footbridge for people to cross the muddy ground safely.
There's always been a problem with the mountain bike team, especially runners and walkers. It can be very dangerous going through mud like that, slipping, and a lot of times disc golfers would stack logs up so they don't have to get muddy, but those logs got very slick and dangerous. So it's always been a problem, but I'm just lucky enough it was still here for me to do something about it.
The culvert passing is open for people to use, but the ground is still wet, and Lunsford is urging caution while crossing. The law passed in 2022 is in the spotlight again. This time, the Kentucky State Supreme Court is discussing it. The law focuses on the power structure of Jefferson County Public Schools. It says the superintendent is in charge of day-to-day operations, while the school board is in charge of long-term planning. Advocates say it would make the district more efficient. Opponents are worried that overturning it would open a can of worms.
If the court wants to go beyond that and to revisit some of its earlier decisions, there's a very clear pathway for the court to do that in a rational way.
If Senate Bill 1 is overturned, Attorney General Russell Coleman says the next step could be to declare city-county mergers as unconstitutional. As of now, no decisions have been made. U.S. Senator Marsha Blackburn is running for governor of Tennessee. Blackburn made the announcement yesterday in a video posted on social media. She started the announcement vowing to make Tennessee the country's primary job-creating, energy-producing powerhouse. Earlier this year, former WWE wrestler and Knox County, Tennessee Mayor Glenn Jacobs endorsed Blackburn. The 73-year-old Republican is currently serving her second term in the U.S. Senate.
Well, this morning we're still going to be sitting in those 60s as you're heading out the door. About what you'd expect for this time of year, but by the time you head into the afternoon, that's when you're going to see those temperatures warming into the 80s. Now, for some folks, we're looking slightly warmer than you'd expect as we're heading in the upper 80s. And again, normally this time of year we hit at that 85-degree mark. And for our eastern counties, we're looking in the low to mid 80s. Now, in terms of rainfall, we're nice and clear for right now, but we do have those chances for scattered showers popping up as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. Here's a breakdown of that day for you. Again, sitting in those 60s for the morning, seeing those fog chances. And then as we head into the middle of the day, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s and low 80s. And then high temperatures for the day will be in those 80s as you head into the afternoon and evening. Stay with us. More mountain news is on the way.